Hey everybody, Jessie here. I just wanted to share a little video for the month. I'm gradually getting back into to doing everything here. And I really wanted to go shoot outside today because it's just amazing the way the snow is coming down, but that wasn't going to happen. So I'm just accepting that, and I found a cool little spot for this place that I'm really grateful to be in. Amazing little space. It's pulled together by somebody who owns a cool little shop in Bridgeton, Maine, called Ground Cover. And if you're ever out this way, or if you're in that area, you definitely want to stop in and see it. But what's really cool is she deals a lot in plants, and that's so appropriate for the video this month because here we are getting ready to come into spring. And this time of year, as we head into the beginning of March, we start to see the promise of life. You know, we know what's been working, we know what's been coming forward throughout the month. We know that ever since early February, those seedlings, they just start to push their way up and push their way up through the ground. And it's a really amazing experience to watch. You know, if we're really paying attention, it's like watching children grow up from babies. We get to see so much shift and change, and we get to notice all these little subtle things that are happening in their life. And a big part of the spring growth, this renewed life, and people who've been following my journey for the last couple of months know, man, I'm really ready for some renewed life. As much as I love winter, I'm really looking forward to spring. And I don't often say that because I miss a lot of what's happening when the snow leaves. I love the snow. It connects me on this really amazing level in my code patterns that just is so fulfilling to me, brings in so much wholeness for me. But one of the big things that I do love about spring, and that I'm particularly looking forward to in this particular year, is the promise piece of spring. And I started looking at the codes of what promise is all about. And I think this also may tie into some of what has seen me through so many of my own journeys. And that is this piece of promise, because what promise is about is really about finding our own personal power. It is about connecting with that wholeness that we are, our full and complete wisdom, and being able to implement, balance, and integrate the masculine and feminine properties that we have within us. That is a part of our wholeness, because we do have both of those properties in us. And oftentimes we look at promise, and promise is something we associate with coming through change. Towards the end of a transformational period. It's something that we associate with new life and new beginnings and hope and inspiration. And I think there's a lot of people that could use that right now because they've been through some really harsh times. They've been through some, myself included, a lot of challenges that they had no way of preparing themselves for. And they have been working on coming through those. And now they're looking for the promise. Now they're looking for that turning point that they can start to enjoy the new life. And so as we go forward into this new life, it's really about standing on our own. It's kind of like when children start to walk on their own, or when that teenager starts to drive on their own. The promise of this ability to be who they are, and to be what they are, where they are. All of nature and life and plants mimic this. All of nature and life and plants show us this, I should say, as opposed to mimic this. They follow suit to this pattern. And in this pattern, it brings this amazing journey about. And I think too oftentimes we get wrapped up and we're tired from the transformation. We're burned out from the traumas and the dramas and all of these other pieces, and the heavy depths of introspection and facing and embracing the processes that we've been through, that we also forget to embrace the promise that's there. And it's in the promise, after we've been doing all of this connecting, and Richard Harvey had a great video that was just put out about finding your happiness and how to do that when you're in the darkness. The promise is where we connect with the light. The promise is where we are able to stand in our own strength. And so I thought, wow, what a great subject for this time of year, for this month's video. And I'm really sincerely hoping that all of you can find your promise right now. And all you have to do to find it is to tune into you. Honor both sides of yourself in all situations. Do what is practical, but hold to your integrity at the same time. Do and be open to the offers that are being received, or take them as examples and possibilities that perhaps you can create that work for your own. But make sure you're honoring what your needs are in that process, and not just what people want to give you. Take hold of the new opportunities. No matter how great our codes are in life, no matter how much in flow we are, that doesn't mean we're going to be 100% free of challenges. But if we hold to the promise, then we always connect to the light. And if we hold to the promise a situation has, then we stand in our most powerful and whole self in that process. And we will see ourselves through, and we will come through. And the advantage of doing that, whether you live another day or whether you live another 100 years, the advantage to doing that is because you allow yourself the opportunity to experience the promise of what the new beginnings hold. And it's not just about a fresh start. It's not just about, hey, let's go through a renewal phase or begin over again. It's about creative opportunity. And in that creative opportunity, in that promise, we are reminded that we are being given a chance to create. We are being given a chance to once again step more fully into who ourselves. Just as the trees reflourish every year, and they bear fruit, and the seeds come forward, and they're growing, and the leaves are growing. They get to grow new leaves every year. It's not the same leaves that they had last year. It's new ones. And they can make those leaves as long as they want to make those leaves. They can make that fruit as abundant as they want to make it, so to say. And yes, it's going to be dependent on the conditions that they're in. But they can make the most out of it. And every year, they're getting another chance in that cycle. And I really encourage all of you that are beginning a new cycle, because we all are to a certain extent right now, to ask yourself, what is the promise in this situation? What does it hold for me? What is the creative opportunity that I have here? And run with that, because we can't replace the past. The things that have left our lives, the things that we've had to let go of over the last few months, be them by choice or unexpectedly. We can't replace the sentimental values, but the memories will be there. We will cherish them, hold them in our heart, with or without the physical possessions. And now it's time to say, what's next? Now is the time, in the words of my friend Keith Gregory this month, what will you will your growth to be? What will you will at this time? And it's a powerful question that he presented this month. It's a powerful question for us all to be asking. And what will your promise bring you? Give it a little thought. It's a powerful thing to think about. And I'm looking forward to the stories that you have, the journeys you have, and what you do with the promise at hand. Take care, everybody. Have a great month, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.